Hello everyone, my name is Ashin Vadasinghe and I'm a wealth planner by profession. So today when I was asked to speak to you, I was asked to speak about how to be a socially responsible citizen. As Sri Lankans we know, we are known for one thing and that is hospitality. And it's about treating others with respect, it's about treating others with integrity. And we speak a lot about companies being socially responsible, and we have case studies. We observe how companies behave, and we observe how companies respect our privacy and our rights. And at the same time, especially, we have to understand how can we give back, because certain things we have to understand as citizens of this country. We have a lot of responsibility in order to make the living surroundings that we have uh, beneficial for everyone. And how we do this is not possible to be taught of. There is no school curriculum for that. There is no degree program for that. There is no particular way of learning how to be socially responsible. But it's vitally important that you are thinking how to be socially responsible as a citizen. Now, if you can ask yourself, are you a person who would stand up and offer your seat to a senior citizen? Are you a person who would let a pregnant lady walk in front of you in a line that you're standing? Are you a person who would open the door for someone who is not capable of doing it by themselves? So, being socially responsible is a way of thinking, it's an attitude. Because as we know, with our systems, with our curriculums, with our mindsets, we are always taught to be competitive. We are always pushed to win. We are always pushed to get the benefit for yourself. And unfortunately, it tends to make you a more selfish person. Selfish is not wrong, it's about having self care. But what we have to understand is most of the things that we get are a privilege for us because we live in one of the best countries to be in. And as citizens of this country, we have a huge role to play in looking after the people, the men and women that we have with us, and help them in whatever the way we can. So, being socially responsible is is a continuous practice. Ask yourself, when you go on Facebook, we live in a day and age where everyone has a voice, and that is at the same time it's a good thing. Sometimes it turns out to be a bad thing because everyone is able to point out what is wrong. Everyone is able to point out what is not right. But if you look at a different paradigm, there are people who are voicing out the good things that is happening. For an example, if you get into a cab and if that cab driver is courteous, why don't you make the effort to voice that out? If you find a good restaurant or if you find a new place that you find good food to eat, why don't you voice that out rather than pointing out what is wrong? Because there are so many people who are contributing with negative energy. Because we have to understand the world we live around, it's energy. Whether you give positive energy or whether you give negative energy, both gets contributed to this realm of energy that we live in. So every day, if you can, remind yourself to be a person who is responsible, not to not to do a lot of things, not to do many big changes, but small incremental changes, good changes, positive changes, but in small doses can go a long way. Because every small positive decision you make incrementally and cumulatively can give a big and a very positive and a good outcome. So it's not only about crossing the road in the yellow line, it's not about not literally. Absolutely, it is about those small disciplinary things. But I believe personally, a person should be a decent person. beyond being a disciplined person. Because the moment the system of discipline is taken off, if that person becomes an animal, there is a question mark there. But if you are a decent person, if you are able to maintain that decency, that can go a long way. Because as students of the university, you will one day be the people, the citizens of this country, the future of this country. And if you are responsible about your decisions, I believe this country can go from a developing country to a developed country. So it's your responsibility, and always think, what are the small changes that I can make today to be better and to treat better this country that we live in, and prosper with the fulfillment of knowing that you have done something good to the society that you live in.